Thank you for inviting me to share information on a topic that I am very passionate about, wellness tourism. And congratulations on convening this International Wellness Tourism Conference and Festival for Indonesia. Your 3-day agenda is extremely impressive. In fact, I would say it is the most robust program focusing on wellness tourism that I have ever seen. Your efforts are well-timed. First, there was tremendous momentum for wellness tourism taking place before COVID. In fact, while overall tourism was growing at 3.2% annually, wellness tourism was growing much faster at double the rate, 6.5%. Then, while the pandemic brought most travel to a halt, as you know, it also did something else. It ignited a huge interest in health and wellness for individuals, companies, and governments. Also, people's appreciation for nature has greatly increased. And the early signs I'm seeing around the world where travel is coming back is that pent-up demand is fueling people getting away for both physical and mental health, first domestically and then across borders. So the timing is ideal, and forging ahead guided by some of the resources available through our Global Wellness Institute seemed like a good strategy. Today, I'm happy to share with you some of the figures from our most recent report, The Global Wellness Economy, Looking Beyond COVID. This and other valuable research data is available for free on our GWI website. So here's a quick review of the foundational elements of wellness and wellness tourism. First, what is wellness? Well, it is the active pursuit of activities, choices, and lifestyles that lead to a state of holistic health. And it's helpful to think of wellness, as you can see in this model here, of physical, mental, social, spiritual, emotional, and environmental aspects. And now, this is a good infographic of the global wellness economy that shows all the sectors that are now included in this ecosystem. As you can see, the global wellness economy is a $4.4 trillion economy. And let me briefly mention each sector that you see in front of you, because you will see that all of them are opportunities for Indonesia. By growing each of these sectors, it will help accelerate your wellness tourism. In order of size, the first large circle is personal care and beauty. Then physical activity, nutrition, wellness tourism is the purple one. Prevention and public health, traditional and complementary medicine, wellness real estate, mental wellness, the spa economy, thermal mineral springs, and workplace wellness. Understanding wellness tourism a bit more is also a good foundation. Wellness tourism is travel associated with the pursuit of maintaining or enhancing one's personal well-being. And this slide shows the two sections of wellness tourism. There is a distinction between a primary and secondary wellness traveler. For a primary wellness traveler, wellness is the sole purpose or motivating factor for their trip and destination choice. For a secondary wellness traveler, and that is the largest segment, is maintaining wellness being the reason for the motivation of their trip. Now, this slide shows on the left the split of how many people are traveling as primary travelers or secondary travelers. And generally that split is about 89% secondary wellness travelers and 11% primary. And then on the right, take note that the average expenditure per trip is 50 to 180% higher than for the average tourist. Therefore, the wellness traveler, and I'm sure you know this already, it's a high yield tourist. Next is a very important slide that I want to spend a little time on. This one shows medical tourism and wellness tourism side by side. On the left, you'll see medical, illness, reactive, conventional, medically oriented approaches to solve problems. And on the right is a more wellness tourist and wellness tourism, which is about prevention, It's more proactive, it's integrated, wellness-oriented approaches to improve quality of life. Both are very important, but they are distinct. And our experience has shown that a consumer is not likely to be looking for both at the same time. It's one or the other. We have also learned that marketing them separately is most effective. Now, let's compare these from a revenue point of view. You can see here in this slide that in 2019, the medical tourism market globally was around 90 billion and wellness tourism around 639 billion. That is 7 times larger. So that's a big difference, and one of the reasons I congratulate you on putting a focus on wellness tourism. Now, let's take a look at the most recent figures at wellness tourism during COVID and our researchers' projections for the future. This slide gives a good picture of how wellness tourism did over the past years. While there was a robust level of wellness tourism in 2019, as I had already mentioned, it was very robust at the time, wellness tourism plummeted in 2020, the first year of COVID. It went down almost 40%, obviously. The projection, however, is for that to recover. And ultimately, we do expect revenues to go over the $1 trillion mark by 2025. Now, here's a fun chart I thought you might enjoy. Every destination has something unique to offer in terms of health and wellness. Frequently, these are related to their culture and indigenous health practices. Some examples that you can see here are, for example, Finland, the sauna, Morocco, hammam, Mexico has the temescal, Japan, the onsen, Indian Ayurveda, and so forth. And what we added here for Indonesia is the Balinese or Javanese massage. Because of the increasing interest from governments around the world to develop their wellness tourism, the GWI, Global Wellness Institute, this year added a section to our website called The Geography of Wellness. Currently, Singapore, Brazil, and Thailand are featured. And I am happy to say that thanks to your Ministry of Tourism, Indonesia will be visible quite soon, probably later this month. Trends. I was asked to share with you some trends that might be worth keeping in mind as you create a strong strategy to develop your wellness tourism. So while there are many trend reports on our Global Wellness Summit website, I selected 5 trends that I thought might be of particular interest and application for Indonesia. They include the trend of nature, mental wellness, immunity, wellness sabbaticals, and healthcare self-care. Nature is nourishing and healing, and Indonesia has an abundance of nature, as you know, with your forests, rainforests, volcanoes, waterfalls. So it's an ideal place for people to come for their wellness tourism experience. Next, mental wellness. We are seeing mental wellness taking center stage. Meditation, healthy sleep, and even spiritual pursuits are becoming more important to people. Third, the trend is about immune health. The pandemic obviously put a spotlight on the importance of strong immunity. So evidence-backed immune health is an increasing reason for people to travel. Fourth, wellness sabbaticals. The wellness sabbatical addresses the need for people to find a balance between the pursuit of wellness and the need to work. And with the trend in working remotely that has come along because of the pandemic, we are seeing longer stays at properties as people choose wellness workations. And finally, take a look at this model that we call healthcare and self-care. It's a 5th trend that we see is resonating with consumers as well as the medical professionals. And it's especially because of COVID that this is the best chance for health going forward. It is a combination of both healthcare and self-care. And self-care is another way to look at wellness. And finally, a few suggestions I wanted to share with you. Based on my study of your Indonesian market, my Knowing the Wellness tourism sector for several decades now and seeing what other countries have done successfully and some not so successfully. So here are my parting thoughts as advice. First, keep wellness tourism distinct from medical tourism. Next, trumpet your indigenous assets, nature, spices, herbal health traditions, culture, healthy food, Jammu, Bali, and the spa notoriety that you have because of Bali. And by the way, I did have the pleasure of getting to know Bali and many of its award-winning spas during the fifth Global Wellness Summit when it took place there in 2011. The next suggestion is to develop your wellness, domestic wellness tourism, as well as international. And research what your top 5 international tourism markets want in terms of wellness. So that would include Singapore, Malaysia, China, Australia, and Japan. And make sure that your infrastructure can handle the likely surge and that you can provide quality experiences. And when China starts to travel again, think about preparing a COVID testing infrastructure to accommodate their return trip. Use your wellness tourism focus to improve the wellness of your citizens. This is maybe one of the most important pieces of advice I can give. Use wellness tourism to help your citizens. Workplace wellness, mental wellness, physical activity, nutrition, beauty, really all the bubbles in that bubble chart. As much as you improve all those for your citizens, it'll help your wellness tourism. Also, have the entire country participate in Global Wellness Day. That is the second Saturday of every June, and it's a way to get everyone in your country understanding and participating in wellness. And finally, your marketing tagline, which I really like, of Wonderful Indonesia, could be a good springboard to emphasize the wonder of nature, beauty, and really every element of wellness. And with that, I thank you for including me today. And please know that the Global Wellness Institute looks forward to our partnership with Indonesia so that we might help you showcase your unique wellness assets to the world. Wishing you all the best and thank you.